I thought Caleb did today what was really well was he had a nice professional day at quarterback. It's not always going to be rosy. You're not going to make all your completions and make these big chunk plays to start out. I saw operation that was good. I thought his flow of the game was really nice. I also thought that his disposition when he had a little adversity on the sideline was excellent. Him working with the players. Body language, demeanor never changed.
We have gotten our first look at new rookie quarterback Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears in his first 2 preseason games. And to say that I have been impressed with what I've seen, I think will be an understatement at this point. The numbers themselves don't jump off the screen, but I mean, it's preseason. We don't really care about the actual numbers. It's more so the plays that he is making and also the talent that he's displaying in his early action in the NFL. I feel like even some of my criticisms of Caleb as a prospect coming into the NFL draft, he has eased those for me, like for example his ability to stay in the pocket, deliver some passes, and play in the structure of the offense. A perfect example to show this is in his first action against the Buffalo Bills. It's 3rd and long, an obvious passing situation. Caleb stands tall in the pocket and delivers an absolute strike to DJ Moore for the first down. Shows off the arm talent and the zip to get that ball there before the corner can break on the pass. The ball placement as well puts it only where DJ Moore can hold on to it. That was very encouraging for me to see. Obviously, he's made a handful of really nice splash plays. The one in the Bills game, rolling out to his right and on the run full speed, finding Cole Kmet down the field. Again, very nice placement on the ball, basically hit him in the chest plate. And I don't think that there are 10 quarterbacks in the league that can make that throw on a line 35 yards down the field, running full speed to your right with somebody chasing you. I mean, that was a very high level throw. And we also saw a couple more magic plays from Caleb against the Cincinnati Bengals. The one we saw all across social media, he spun out of the pocket, not even really needing to do a spin, but just did it for fun and then flipped his hips and threw an absolute dime down the field to Rome Odunze. Again, he made it look absolutely effortless. And you fast forward a little bit further and then you see Caleb again using his legs, extending the play, and then firing one to the corner of the end zone to Odunze, who was out of bounds. But the fact that Caleb was able to run around for 5-6 seconds and then throw another dart into the corner of the end zone perfectly placed, I think is a perfect representation of just how dangerous he is going to be in the red zone and a lot of the things that he's going to open up for that Bears offense once things really get rolling. And to take it even a step further, we saw him use his legs for his first ever touchdown in the NFL as well. This time goal to go, and he spins around in the pocket, evading pass rushers, trying to find someone in the end zone to pass it to, and then he just says, you know what, I'm just going to get in the end zone myself, take care of this, and get us on the board. And while I don't ever see Caleb being a Lamar Jackson or a Josh Allen just running all over the place and picking up 100+ yards in a game, I think he's going to be the caliber of quarterback similar to what Mahomes does, where he runs in very key spots. For the most part, he's going to stay in the pocket or make things happen behind the line of scrimmage. But on 3rd downs in the 4th quarter in big games, I definitely think he's going to utilize his legs because he does have himself some fairly nice athleticism. So personally, I think Caleb is going to be really good out of the gates. The people that are still skeptical about him basically just point to his efficiency numbers in these first 2 games, and how he's still going to struggle in the quick game and just being able to sustain drives. And really the only thing they point to there is his completion percentage, and while it was not good against the Cincinnati Bengals, he did have numerous drops from his wide receivers, like this one to DJ Moore. I mean, a perfectly placed pass on the slant route. He was just unable to bring it in, and those things happen. But if you take both of the games in totality and see what happened against the Bills when he made key throws to pick up first downs, he used his legs to pick up a couple first downs, and then the Bengals game was more about splash plays of him just being able to make things happen out of nothing and do things that not many other quarterbacks can do in the entire league. So we've seen Caleb be very impressive so far in a small sample size. The question now is, in just a couple of weeks, once the regular season does begin, how good can he be and how good can the Chicago Bears offense be? For reference, the Bears, led by Justin Fields last year, ranked number 19 in the league with 21.2 points per game. I think the Bears offense has a really good chance to average a decent amount more than that. Obviously, when you just compare Caleb to Justin, I do think Caleb is a way more polished passer. You're not going to get as many splash plays as Justin Fields because it's really all Fields brings to the table. But I think Caleb's going to be a lot more efficient and consistent through the air. And that was the main issue with the Bears offense a season ago, having to pass in obvious passing down situations. But just forget about the quarterback position for a moment. That was not the only change or new addition that they added to their offense this offseason. I've stated many times that I don't think there's a better situation for a #1 overall pick than what Caleb has with the Bears. They've really accumulated a lot of talent the past past couple of off seasons, but I think they really put it together this year. They brought in a new running back in DeAndre Swift, the former Philadelphia Eagle. They spent another top 10 pick on one of the best wide receivers in the draft in Rome Odunze from Washington, and they traded for one of the best slot wide receivers in the league in Keenan Allen of the Los Angeles Chargers. And you add that to an infrastructure that already had a very nice tight end in Cole Kmet, an elite wide receiver one in DJ Moore, and an offensive line that has gotten a lot of pieces the past couple of off seasons. And this offense has an insane amount of talent. I also think it's fair to say that the offensive coordinator position is another big upgrade that the Bears made, moving on from Luke Getsy and bringing in Shane Waldron to be the new man in charge. And Waldron gets a lot of credit for Geno Smith's resurgence so late into his career. He stepped in with really no expectations in Seattle and had a over 30 touchdown year. So I think he has proven himself to be a respectable offensive mind, and at the very least just somebody that does have a decent amount of experience designing offenses, calling plays, developing a quarterback. So I think the support system around Caleb is definitely good enough for him to have one of the best rookie seasons we've ever seen from a rookie quarterback. It seems like the expectation from Vegas and all of the betting sites have him around 23 touchdowns and 3,500 passing yards. I think that is fairly accurate, but I think it could end up being the conservative side of things if Caleb does play all 17 games. I mean, with all that weaponry, you have to expect that the Bears are going to want to pass the ball a decent amount. And with how good their division is, with three teams that have very potent offenses in the Packers, Lions, and Vikings, they could get themselves into some shootouts, which does, increase those totals. I mean, how poetic would it be that the Bears, who have never had a 4,000-yard passer in franchise history, finally got one in year one of Caleb Williams, who is touted as the savior of this franchise. But in terms of the rest of the preseason, I do think Caleb Williams is done. He got a fairly good amount of reps in his first two games, but I think the sights now are going to be set on Tennessee, and that's what he's going to begin preparing for. But I'm going to be keeping a very close tab on this Bears team early in the season, because I do think things could get fairly interesting. They went 7-10 last year, but won 5 out of their last 8 games, so that's some positive momentum to bring them into 2024. So not only do they improve their roster and coaching staff this year, they're also still going to have a 4th place schedule. So that adds 3 games against the Carolina Panthers, the New England Patriots, and the Washington Commanders, which when you are a fringe playoff team, that's a fairly big advantage to have, playing those 3 teams who not many people expect to be fairly good this year. And so I think it's realistic that the Bears could be fighting for a playoff spot when we head into week number 18. I've seen some people refer to them as like a dark horse Super Bowl team in the NFC, but I just can't go that far because there's been no rookie quarterback in NFL history to not only win a Super Bowl, but to even make it as the starter. So I think a good outlook for the Bears this season is winning 9 or 10 games and being a very tough matchup for whoever they play in round number 1. And for a Bears team that has not won a playoff game since 2011, I do think just making the playoffs with a rookie quarterback and this young roster will definitely bode well for the future of this team and really bring a lot of optimism to the city. But I'm already ready to say that the Bears hit a home run with Caleb Williams. He is the real deal, and he is going to become one of the elite quarterbacks at the next level. And regardless if there are some up and downs in his rookie season, which is expected for every single rookie that comes into the league, I think it's going to be fairly obvious to everyone watching that he has immense talent, and once he does gain some experience, he's going to emerge as one of the best quarterbacks in the entire sport. But I want to know what you think about Caleb Williams and what you think about his first 2 preseason games. Are you as impressed as me, or do you still have some questions about how he will do in week number 1? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But subscribe to the channel if you are new. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next one.